2 cents on Caleb Williams. What do you know of him and what you can tell folks about him at the next level, best you can tell?
Well, I'm a friend of Caleb's. I love him on and off the field. I feel like he's a young version of Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why, but I just feel like when I'm watching him, he just feel like Patrick Mahomes.
Caleb Williams. So Caleb Williams.
It's Caleb Williams all day. All day.
Jiminy. Austin Jones in the backfield, and here goes Caleb Williams. Go deep, young man, and why not? Touchdown, Brendan.
How does Caleb Williams get here? How does a kid who went to an all-boys private school in Washington, D.C. become a Heisman winner and one of the most renowned quarterback prospects since Joe Burrow, Andrew Luck, and Peyton Manning? Well, I have to take you back to where it all started, high school. Caleb Williams popped onto the scene at a very young age when he was named starting quarterback at Gonzaga College High School in Washington, D.C. as a freshman. But the quarterback play you see now didn't start till his sophomore year when he led Gonzaga to a WCAC championship, best team in the district, when he was also named Washington Post All-Metropolitan All-American First Team. Caleb Williams went on to win Washington, D.C. Gatorade Football Player of the Year while passing for 2,624 yards, 26 passing touchdowns, 364 rushing yards, and 10 rushing touchdowns as a sophomore. But before we move on to his junior year, let's take a look on how he won the WCAC championship, because it's something you only see and hear about in movies. Caleb Williams' first big moment in the game comes when he's down 3 with 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he has to unload a 33-yard bomb on third down to convert for a first down. Caleb Williams comes back 2 plays later and throws a slant for a touchdown with only 29 seconds in the game. Most people would think, that's game, right? Well, this is no normal high school game. Just sit back and watch magic.
Find its way. So number 4, he's across its 40. He's going to get to midfield. He's going to make his way upfield. He's at the 30, 25, 20. He's going. Oh my God! Oh my God! Right at it. There's no flag. I don't see a single flag. Oh my God! Unbelievable.
In this moment, you have to be stunned, speechless, at a loss for words. A routine squib kick gets returned for a touchdown. But as I've mentioned, this is no normal high school game, and this is the moment where Caleb Williams becomes Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams drops back for what is the last play of the game with 4 seconds left. Just watch as Caleb Williams unloads this ball for 53 yards.
Ball's in the air, and then it's going to get there. And if somebody caught that, did somebody catch that? Gonzaga, did they catch that? Touchdown, Gonzaga! The Gonzaga Purple Eagles win the WCC on the last second touchdown pass.
I cannot believe it. That is the greatest high school football game.
Look at this pandemonium.
Caleb Williams passed for 358 yards with 3 passing touchdowns. He added 20 carries for 113 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. He even added a 9-yard touchdown reception to account for all 7 of Gonzaga's touchdowns. Might I add, this was on his birthday, against his rival school, DeMathis. Talk about a feel-good story, but if you think it ends there, you're completely wrong. Caleb Williams went on to win All-Metro First Team again, while passing for 1,770 yards, 19 passing touchdowns, and 838 rushing yards, with 18 rushing touchdowns. And if those stats don't impress you enough, Caleb went on to win the Elite 11 MVP in 2020, one of the most prestigious awards a high school quarterback could get, won by the likes of CJ Stroud, Tua Tagovailoa, and Justin Fields. And that's where it ends. That's how Caleb Williams' high school career comes to an end. Due to COVID-19, Caleb Williams didn't have a senior year of football, but by this point, Caleb Williams was an all-star, a bona fide superstar.
At some of the top recruits around the country, even some kids who did not get to play so far because of COVID here in the fall. We're going to start off with one of those players. Man, this kid is an unbelievable talent in Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I love it, man. You know, the WCAC ain't no joke, and Caleb Williams always put on a show.
I said there'd be fireworks, and boy, everyone has been waiting for this day if you're an Oklahoma football fan, and I gotta tell you, it did not disappoint. Caleb Williams committing to OU has been the worst kept secret in just high school football recruiting.
This is the big one. Caleb Williams has committed to Oklahoma. We got to talk about it after the bump.
Caleb Williams had not committed to Oklahoma, he had committed to Lincoln Riley, the quarterback guru, the guy who built and crafted Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray into the superstars they were in college. Baker went on to pass for 12,292 passing yards, 119 passing touchdowns, 833 rushing yards, and 18 touchdowns, while also winning the Heisman at Oklahoma. Kyler had passed for 4,361 passing yards, 42 passing touchdowns, 1,001 rushing yards, and 12 rushing touchdowns. In his first full season, he had won a Heisman as well. Getting the starting role would be no easy feat, as Spencer Rattler was the #1 quarterback in his class in 2019, and coming off a full season with Oklahoma. And for Caleb Williams, he would have his work cut out for him for the first time in his career. Or would he?
He's got such a bright future. I know that Lincoln and the staff, they're very high on what he can do down the road. More like a Jalen Hurts body and style of player.
That's a 59-yard run. He's got good speed. You bring him in here because he gives an extra man for Texas to worry about in the run game. And Rattler's a scrambler, but this may be a power run.
How does this happen? How does the #1 quarterback in his class get benched for a freshman? Well, in Oklahoma, they don't accept average quarterback play. And what's about to happen next solidifies Caleb Williams as quarterback 1.
Brooks to his left. Beat the length of a football. It's a keeper all the way. Makes a cut. Dashes free.
From that moment forward, there was no looking back for Caleb Williams. His first play as a Sooner was a touchdown, and everybody in that stadium knew Caleb Williams was here to ball. From the jump, Caleb Williams was magic. Every time he touched the ball, something extraordinary happened.
There's a spin move from Williams. Shoot, open field, making guys look foolish. Electric.
He could do no wrong this game. Drop the ball, doesn't matter. Scramble outside the pocket and find his guy in the end zone. Touchdown. His ability to step up into the pocket, sensing pressure, while rolling out right and throwing an off-platform throw has always been in his arsenal. He just finally gets to show it on the big stage. And this right here is the icing on the cake. Leading your team back down 3 touchdowns as a freshman on the biggest stage, it's only right for you to throw an off-platform ball down to your #1 wide receiver for a touchdown. Caleb Williams went on to win that game, and if you think the win stopped there, well, you're wrong. Caleb Williams put on a show every time he touched the ball.
Oh, boy. Williams makes a man whiff and goes sprinting to the end zone. Touchdown, Williams. He's doing it all tonight in his starting debut.
If there was a win on the table, Caleb Williams fought for it.
Brooks this time spins off one. They get stopped. No, Williams took it out of his arms magically.
And his pocket presence will always be second to none.
He'll throw it as time. Wait for a receiver to come free. Now he takes off. And now he throws it. Back in the end zone. It's caught. Mario Williams. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
But every feel-good story must come to an end, especially in Caleb Williams' case. In his college career, he just couldn't pull out the big wins, and now it become more evident later on in the video. During that stretch of wins, Caleb Williams passed for 1,082 passing yards with 14 passing touchdowns. But versus Baylor, he put up a pitiful 9 for 18, 142 passing yards with 2 interceptions. And it didn't get any better when Oklahoma lost the last game of the season versus their rivals, Oklahoma State, to miss it on a Big 12 championship. But after an 11-2 season, Oklahoma had a bright future. They had an amazing head coach and an amazing quarterback. I mean, what could go wrong?
According to reports, Lincoln Riley is leaving Oklahoma. He will take the head coaching position at USC.
News from college football and a huge bombshell for Oklahoma football fans. Lincoln Riley is leaving OU to become the next head football coach.
Lincoln Riley, according to multiple reports now, headed to USC. It's 3 letters, but it's not LSU. USC.
I love it. Skip, you remember that blank check that Mike Tomlin said would never be big enough? Lincoln Riley just accepted.
Breaking news in the transfer portal, Caleb Williams is joining his old head coach, Lincoln Riley.
Caleb Williams has committed to transfer to USC. We got to talk about it.
College football free agency world, Caleb Williams was the biggest domino we were waiting to fall. We now know he's headed to USC. Tell me what went into his decision.
Caleb Williams had once again committed to Lincoln Riley, but from Caleb Williams' words, it was no easy choice.
Coming here.
Yeah, it was
It was challenging, to say the least.
Lincoln Riley leaving Oklahoma didn't sit well with the fans. They labeled him as a betrayer. But in Caleb Williams' case, he made the correct decision.
Easier to get the edge, guys. They've got
health issues as Williams rolls out, makes one man.
Winning game after game, USC couldn't lose, getting 6 wins in a row. Caleb Williams went on to pass for 1,590 yards with 14 passing touchdowns. But once again, a big game stood in his way. USC went on to score first, gaining all the momentum away.
Comes back the other way, and he is in. Touchdown.
USC went on to score again, going up 14-0, gaining all the momentum on the road. With an amazing quarterback and an amazing head coach, I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Rising. Rising up the middle. He's in. Utah leads. Caleb Williams sees the pressure, has to bail, has to throw it quickly. When will it land? Where will it land? Incomplete. Utah wins.
His defense had failed him. Caleb Williams passed for 381 yards and 5 touchdowns that game, but still couldn't pull out the big win. But it wasn't all over. He had one more shot at Utah in the Big 12 championship, and it still didn't matter. While being sacked 7 times and having a hamstring injury, USC lost this game.
On a second straight Utah Pac-12 championship.
And the losing piled on even more, as they lost to a Group of 5 school in the Cotton Bowl. The season was a bust. The season was over.
Tulane wins.
Caleb did go on to win that Heisman, just like the guys that did before him with Lincoln Riley. Now, with all eyes ahead for next season, USC look poised to make a run into playoffs.
Kneel down. Hartman. This will be a night that Al
But once again, the losses kept coming.
For a long, long time.
And when it rains, it pours.
It's done! The Utah Utes sink USC once more in another classic.
And with this last loss to Washington, Caleb knew it was all over.
Laying in the arms of family there.
Yeah. Tough night. Battle.
Sure did. He knows the reality of what a third loss means.
That's
but as brilliant as his 2 years will be in LA, it's not going to result in a Pac-12 championship.
Yeah. Played well, led his team, did all he could. Just came up a bit short. It's part of the game.
Breaking news, last day to declare for the NFL draft, and Caleb Williams has officially done it.
You know that,
Ian Rappaport saying Caleb Williams has made it official. He's joining the fray. National Football League draft, and it is now on.
In Caleb Williams' college football career, he went on to pass for 11,672 yards with 93 touchdowns. I'm tired of all this sad music. Now, let's cut off the sad music. If you ask me, Caleb Williams is a star in the making. It takes time to build a winner, and from a young age, Caleb Williams has done nothing but improve. From going into high school and starting as a freshman, doing the exact same thing at Oklahoma, going into the Red River Showdown down 3 touchdowns as a freshman and pulling out a win, that's no easy task. To trusting your gut, leaving Oklahoma to follow your head coach to USC, that can't be an easy decision. All that to say, when you hear those chimes on April 25th for the first time in the NFL draft, best believe the first name you'll hear is Caleb Williams.